Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we will continue to present the fiscal policy material using English. We consist of three people, myself, Sinta Afifah Mayasmi as moderator, and Sofela Zaini Isra and Zidane Alfarizi as presenter. Introduction. Fiscal policy is one of the main instruments in managing a country's economy implemented by the government for the regulation of national revenue and ensure the achieve economic stability and growth. In general, fiscal policy is defined as a policy related to the management of the state budget, including tax revenues and government spending amid all of at addressing macroeconomic conditions. The primary objective of fiscal policy includes maintaining economic stability, promoting income distribution equity, reducing unemployment, and fostering sustainable economic growth. In its implementation, fiscal policy in categories into general such explanatory fiscal policy which seeks to stimulate economy growth be influenced government spending and contractionary fiscal policy which aims to control inflation by reducing government spending or increasing revenue. Okay, the first material will be with the Sofela Zaini Isra.
Okay, next main theories underlying fiscal policy. Number one, Keynes theory. This theory emphasizes the active role of the government in regulating the economy through government spending and taxation to manage aggregate demand. When the economy is sluggish, the government can increase spending and reduce tax. Expansionary fiscal policy to stimulus growth. Conversely, when the economy is overthink, contractionary policies are implemented to contain inflation. Number two, theory of government revenue and expenditure management. Fiscal policy is viewed as a tool to manage state revenue and expenditure spending in order to achieve economic stability, growth, and income distribution. Number types of fiscal policy: expansionary and contractionary. Expansionary is increasing spending and lowering tax to stimulate the economy during a recession. Contractionary is reducing spending and raising tax to prevent inflation and economic overheating. Number four, dynamic fiscal policy theory. Fiscal policy must be flexible and responsive to changing economic conditions such as during the COVID-19 pandemic. when the government implement massive fiscal stimulus to maintain liquidity and purchasing power. Number 5, components of fiscal policy. These include taxation policy, government expenditure, investment, and debt management, which are interconnected to regulate the economic compression. Next analysis, 5 cases. Cases 1, reduction of the fiscal deficit target in the 2005 state budget. RIPBN. Relation to fiscal policy, the theory. The reduction of the fiscal deficit target reflects the implementation of a contractionary fiscal policy at maintaining economic stability and fiscal sustainability. Fiscal theory emphasizes the importance of keeping the deficit within safe limits to prevent the national debt from burdening the long-term economy. Strengthening the tax base and tax reform align with the principle of increasing revenue ability without expanding the deficit. Fiscal coordination and prudent debt management also demonstrate an adaptive and sustainable fiscal approach. Next casus, during 2004 to 2000, Indonesian government faced significant fiscal pressure due to global uncertainties and a government transition. The fiscal deficit target initially planned at 245% of GDP was lowered to 29% of GDP in response to negative market sentiment and concerns over fiscal sustainability. This reduction was also influenced by the need to maintain fiscal discipline amid rising global interest rate and meeting debt pressure nearing safe limit. Additionally, financing priority program of the new administration added complexity to fiscal management. Next solution, the government solution was to increase tax revenue by strengthening the tax base and improving revenue management efficiency. It also adopted a more conscious fiscal policy by maintaining the deficit with a safe rank while still supporting economic growth. Strengthening coordination between central and regional governments and tax reform become key to maintaining fiscal stability. Furthermore, prudent debt management and budget adjustment responsive to global economic dynamic were strategic steps taken. Case 2, tax policy and public opposition to the 2005 VAT rate increase. Relation to fiscal policy theory, the increase in the value-added tax VAT rate is a form of fiscal policy at boosting state revenue. Consistent with fiscal theory with government tax management as a government's financing source. However, fiscal theory also acknowledged the trade-off between raising tax and its impact on consumer purchasing power. Therefore, social compensation policies such as subsidies and employment insurance program (GKP) represent the implementation of inclusive and redistributive fiscal principles designed to maintain social and economic balance. Public involvement and accurate data are crucial for the effectiveness of fiscal policy. Causes: the government raised the VAT rate from 11% to 12% in 2004 to increase the revenue for financing social program and development. However, this policy faced widespread opposition from the public and business actors as it was perceived to burn purchasing power amid an economic not fully recovered post-pandemic. The opposition was also driven by concern over increased risk of layoffs and reduced house consumption, which is the main driver of economic growth. Solution: in response to the opposition, the government launched social stimulus packages such as rice assistance, electricity discounts, and government board VAT incentive DTP for vulnerable groups. Additionally, strengthening the employment insurance program (GKP) I meant to mitigate the social impact of the fiscal policy. Transparent communication strategies and public participation in policy formulation were also important to increase policy acceptance. On the other hand, the government needs to strengthen beneficiary base to ensure aid is targeted and effective.
Next, case 3. Fiscal independence, analysis, and economic potential in regional expansion. A case study of the proposed new autonomous region of Buton Island Province. Relation to fiscal policy. Relationship with fiscal policy regional expansion with the aim of forming candidate new autonomous region, such as Buton Island Province, reflect the need to improve public service, accelerate development, and encourage economic equality. However, in terms of fiscal independence, the challenge that arise are the Hague dependent on transfer fund from the central government and the low regional original income. This shows that the local economic structure is not strong enough to support fiscal needs independent. So it's fear that the new DOB will actually increase the national fiscal burden. Cause is the Hague dependent on transfer fund from the central government, such as the General Allocation Fund and the Special Allocation Fund, indicating the weak contribution of the local onshore revenue in the regional budget structure. APBD, this dependency areas from the underutilization of the region's local economic potential, such of fisher, agriculture, and tourism, with an effectful considerable opportunities for development. Additionally, the lack of supporting infrastructure, low quality human resource, and weak governance capacity of the regional administration are significant obstacles in encouraging fiscal independence. As solution, the region needs to strengthen development strategies based on local potential by focusing its sectoral advance. For example, through development of sustainable natural resource-based industry and marine tourism, the local government must also improve bureaucratic capacity in planning and financial management. as well as broaden the local tax and retribution base without burgeoning in the public. On the other hand, the central government role also vital in providing support through affirmative policy, technical training, and performance-based fiscal incentive. Case 4, legal tax analysis of income tax application on construction service business. Case study on PT-ABC. Relation to fiscal policy. The application income tax or PPH on construction service business as exemplified in the case of PT-ABC highlight the importance of tax compliance in a sector that significant contribution to the national economy. From a legal tax perspective, the imposition of final income tax on construction service in regulation under government regulation number 51 of 2008 in conjunction with government regulation number 40 of 2009. This regulation stipulates that this type of service is subject to special rate with a direct withholding mechanism. The aim des province to simply tax administration well, ensuring legal certainty and securing state revenue. However, its practical several challenges persist, including taxpayer lack of understanding of applicable regulation. Causes. Issues the application income tax or PPH on the construction service business at PT-ABC general system from several key factors. There include a lot of understanding of applicable tax regulation, particularly of withholding payment and reporting. Additionally, the complexity of contract in the construction industry, which often involve multiple parties and project stakes and lead to misunderstanding determining the correct tax object. A lack of transparency and accountability. Incomplete financial record also contributes to low tax compliance, causing the rest administration or criminal sunset internally. Weakness in the company tax management exacerbate the problem while externally. Companies like PT-ABC should also strengthen their digital tax reporting and documentation system to extend transparency and accuracy. On the other hand, the government should simply tax regulation for the construction sector and strengthen risk-based oversight to promote compliance without creative, extensive administrative burdens. Through a combination of internal improvement and external policy support. And the application income tax on construction service business can become more effective, accountable, and aligned with the principle of justice in state law.
Next, case 5, analysis of the Purchasing power parity theory on basic negotiation, case study on the impact of exchange rate, monetary policy, and inflation in Indonesia. Relation to fiscal policy, the analysis of the purchasing power parity P3 theory regarding the price of basic necessities discussed in the case study on the impact of exchange rate fluctuation, monetary policy, and inflation in Indonesia have significant relevance to the government's fiscal policy. In this context, fluctuation in exchange rates and inflation that affect the purchasing power of the public, particularly in terms of basic commodities, are not solely within the domain of monetary policy but also demand a responsive and adaptive fiscal policy. The main causes of the disruption is purchasing power parity for basic necessities in Indonesia are closely related to the fluctuation of the rupiah exchange rate, high inflation rate, and sustainable price of import commodities. When the rupiah weakens against foreign currencies, the price of imported goods, including essential items like wheat, soybean, and meat, will rise. And quarterly inflation further exacerbates the situation, reducing the overall purchasing power of the population. The solution to this problem requires synergy between fiscal and monetary policy. From the fiscal side, the government can strengthen subsidy program for basic commodities and increase the budget allocation for social protection to safeguard the consumption capacity of low-income households. Additionally, price control through market operation and fiscal incentives for products and distributor and essential market goods can help stabilize price of the customer level. The government also need to promote the diversification and expansion of domestic production of basic necessities to reduce import deficit. Consolidation fiscal policy plays an important role in maintaining the balance and growth of country economy through the management of government revenue and expenditure, where various instruments such as tax spending, subsidies, fiscal policy, and to create economic stability, equality, welfare, and equate sustainable national development. Various decades of fiscal policy, both expansionary and contradictory, and used flexibly according to the economic conditions faced in Indonesia. The implementation of fiscal policy is based on clear legal framework as legislated in the state finance. That's all from you. Sorry if there are any wrong words. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.